Hello. I don't know whether it's recording or no, but here I am again. I can't even get the bloody well BBC to listen to me now. Bloody Spotlight, their reporters and receptionists, totally rude to their viewers. It's people like me that paid the bloody license all these years. I know I don't pay it now. If I did, I wouldn't bloody well buy one if I had to pay for it. All the trouble I'm having, I thought the story would be colossal. But nobody seems to want to believe it. They can't accept what it is. For instance, I have a care plan. And on that care plan it says, help him get dressed in the morning and get up, prepare a meal and cook it for him and serve it, and wash up afterwards and clean up around the, well, it's a mobile home. And guess when they call? First of all, they don't come on Sundays at all. They come on the rest of the week between 6 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. And the only thing they can do then is wash up, clean and prepare the vegetables for the next day. I have to do everything else myself. As for the washing the clothes, nobody has even touched my clothes other than me. I've done it all. And the only purpose of having this written down on here is when somebody sees it, they'll say, oh, he's getting plenty of care, being looked after. I think it also said they had to bath me. Big joke. But when I tried to get on the Spotlight, they keep trying to palm me off. I thought they'd have been jumping all over themselves for such a story. And that's not the worst of it. But finally, I've had a bit of luck. Because I've just been accepted by Patient Claim Line. And they're taking on the NHS for me. And I hope I get thousands and thousands and that, and then I'll be able to use the money like the other bloody rich people around and do what I want. The only difference is I'll probably give it all away to somebody. Anyway, don't bloody well take any notice of the BBC. I even allow them to use my videos of Plymouth, Lou, Tavistock, etc., taken in the 50s and 60s. They had my permission to use that. All I said was in return, if they didn't mind me using the Doctor Who video that they did in '93 about 3D TV, which is a really rubbishy system because it only works with the camera panning all the time. Whereas my 3D system, not only do you see in 3D without glasses, I've now discovered it actually improves your eyesight. I was rather surprised, you see. I'm nearly 80 and I've actually got better eyesight than some of those in their 50s. I don't really need them to see this. It's just slightly blurred and it sharpens it up. These, by the way, are Specsavers glasses, which I picked up in a charity shop, I think for 25p or something. I've got 6 pairs from Lloyd's outside clinic. And guess what? None of them are any good. And only one box still works, you know, the case you put them in. All the rest of them won't work anymore. The Specsavers one, it must be, something like 15-year-old and it still works. So if Specsavers wants to use me as an advert, they're welcome. Thank you. And going on to the next thing, perhaps I shall be phoning them and tell them to watch this video and see what I say about their stupid spotlight. Because West Country carers are just as bloody bad. I've just had a phone call to say, we can't come, it won't be till next Monday. Well, I just told them at that time, if they don't call today, they'll be out of business by Monday. Because it's fraud. What they're doing is fraudulent. Because on that patient notes, what they're supposed to do, it looks like I'm getting a brilliant service. I'm getting nothing. I was constipated the other day on the toilet. And I wound up with a turd half in and half out. And it was almost the size of my fist. And guess what? The doctor said to me, oh, you're not taking enough fibre. Enough fibre? Have you seen the sort of... He wouldn't even go to the fridge and look at what I eat. Because he knew damn well that I did eat plenty of fibre. And on top of that, I have 2 Weetabix every day. Got nothing to do with fibre. That's probably the reason I'm farting all the time. I'm farting and burping all bloody... When I go to the toilet, I think I want to go. All that happens is a great big fart comes out. People today, they just don't know. I think it's all these mobile phones, you know. You know my career in electronics. Well, you may not know it, but mobile phones emit gamma rays. And you know what they are? Hey, that's the radioactivity in uranium and things like that. True. But it's very, very minute. So normal use would have no effect. But if you do what they're doing today, walk around with a bloody headphone up to your ear all bloody day long, in 12 months you could get a dose to affect your brain. And I think that's what's happening to everybody in the world today. They're using these stupid mobile phones. They're a wonderful thing if they're used properly, because you can have an accident out somewhere where there's no communication and you can go on there, your mobile, and call for help. You could be up the top of a mountain stranded or something, and you can still get a mobile signal up there because they come from up in space. But there you are. And what else was I going to say? I've left the cat's poo on the floor there for them to clean up. That's about all they're good for. I have to say all they're good for. I get about 14 different ones, and I've been told there's another new one coming tonight. It was last night. She said they're fully trained. Fully trained, my hat. I'll give you a couple of things. Do you know what a placemat is? What you put your dinner plate on? Of cork? Because it doesn't slide? Well, I've got one of them. What do you think I came and saw them doing the other day? Chopping up the food on it. And there is a proper chopping board there, which I bought for them, because they insisted on it. And another thing that they did, you won't believe this, they were drying the dishes with my oven cloths. And you can imagine that. You see, I don't dry dishes. It's a bad thing to do. The way you should wash dishes is wash them, rinse them, and put them in a rack to dry. Not dry them with a towel. Because if you dry them with a towel, you're more likely to put germs back on. Anyway, that's beside the point. But you certainly don't use a bloody oven cloth to dry them, do you? You want me? Hang on a minute, I'll show you what I mean by the oven cloth. There. That's what they were drying dishes with. So, there we go. I hope this comes out recording alright, or I'll be livid. So that's it. I'm finishing now. And anybody sees this, please pass it on to everybody you can. And if you know somebody that knows about these things, tell them. I share on Facebook and Twitter, but I'm having trouble doing that now. I used to do click, share, and it would go up. Now they're asking for a password, and I don't know what the bloody thing is, because it was on Google and they did it all. Now somebody's taken Google off the machine. Some bloody crook, I expect, anyway. You probably think I'm all mad, but eventually it'll all come out. It always does. And guess who's the winner each time? Yours truly. I took on Cornwall Council and knocked them for 6. I took on Maggie Thatcher in the 80s and screwed her over. You know why? Because now I've got a certificate from a tribunal that says